As you are aware, the United States and the Kingdom of Bahrain has jointly tabled a deeply flawed, one-sided and politically motivated draft resolution on the situation in around the Strait of Hormuz. They claim that their actions are intended to protect freedom of navigation in the Strait of Hormuz and made some baseless allegations against my country. The fact on the ground proved otherwise. The actions of the United States stand in the stark contradiction to its stated objectives and have served only to escalate tensions and deepen instability in the region. Iran's position is clear. The only viable solution in the Strait of Hormuz is a permanent end to the war, the lifting of maritime blockade, and the restoration of normal passage. Instead, the US is pushing a flawed, politically motivated draft resolution under the pretext of freedom of navigation to advance its political agenda and legitimize unlawful actions not to resolve the crisis. The draft resolution does not seek to protect the international navigation. The real purpose is to legitimize the unlawful action of the United States against Iran in the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz, including its illegal maritime blockade. It deliberately advances a selective and distorted narrative and therefore lack of impartiality and credibility required for Security Council actions. The draft resolution also ignores the root cause of current situation, the unlawful military aggression and the use of force by the United States and the Israeli regime against the Islamic Republic of Iran. The present crisis is the direct result of the unlawful war imposed by the United States since 28 February. The draft falsely accused Iran of violating ceasefire of 8 April while deliberately concealing materials fact. It also attributes serious violation to Iran, including attacks on vessels and placement of sea mines, without presenting credible and verified evidence. The allegation of placing sea mines in the strait attributed to Iran by the sponsors of the draft resolution is entirely misleading and serves political objectives. It ignores the unlawful maritime blockade imposed by the United States, as well as attacks on the seizure of Iranian vessels. These actions constitute a material breach of the ceasefire, violation of the prohibition on the sea of force, and serious infringement of freedom of navigation. The United States has neither the legal, political, nor moral standing to portray itself as a defender of freedom of navigation or maritime security. The United States has continued its internationally wrongful act by imposing a so-called maritime blockade, unlawfully seizing Iranian commercial vessels like pirates and taking their crews hostage. These dangerous escalating measures violate international law, breach the UN Charter, constitute the crime of piracy, and amount to act of aggression as defined in Article 3C of General Assembly Resolution 3314 of 14 December 1974. These are not the actions of a member state committed to freedom of navigation. They are acts that undermine maritime security and violate fundamental principles of international law. Indeed, the President of the United States openly acknowledged that these unlawful actions amounted to a form of piracy, while the US Attorney publicly boasted and defended these actions of piracy. This conduct fully exposes the hypocrisy and double standard underlining the United States claims before the Security Council. Thank you for your kind attention.
Your country is accused of demanding a fee on vessels trying to pass. How is that consistent with international